From the National Press Club in Washington, D.C., this is Rewind. This week at an evening tribute, Nelson Mandela, South Africa's first black president who had spoken here 18 years ago, was praised for his legacy of peace.
Nelson Mandela, who understood that the intersection of justice and peace was compromise, because an unmitigated striving for justice often has to be at the expense of peace, because it's an unrelenting struggle to establish justice altogether and everywhere.
A bipartisan panel of former government leaders suggested national energy policy recommendations and opportunities for the Obama administration.
Now is the opportunity and a fantastic time of challenge for us to develop an overall national energy policy, to pull things together and plan for the future, not wait for another crisis, because another crisis will come. When you look at the geopolitical impact of energy throughout the world, what's happening in the rest of the world, what's happening with us, and how we're all interrelated, it's obvious that we need to take this leadership now.
At this week's Newsmaker, the attorney for Alan Gross sought the release of his client who was imprisoned in Cuba while working as a subcontractor for the U.S. government.
It's time the tactics change, right? It's been 3 years. The U.S. government has not succeeded in getting Alan out. We therefore need a different approach. And we would therefore urge the United States government to send a high-level envoy privately. We may be publicly asking for the envoy. We're not asking for the envoy to publicly do his or her work.
National Grid, an energy provider, announced its $40 million investment in Clean Line Energy Partners.
Each of Clean Line's 4 projects could deliver 3,500 megawatts of new wind projects that ordinarily could not get built because these are resources that are effectively trapped in the middle of the country.
After a screening of Honor Flight, a documentary that honors World War II veterans, the producer shared the purpose of making the film.
We want to get this in as many classrooms as possible throughout the country. We just think this is a key educational tool. It changed our lives, and our appreciation for life in this country and for the freedoms that we have, and we just want to spread that message to as many people as we can.
A panel of information analysts described the dilemma customers may face while sharing identity data.
To create better passwords, we need to give up more data about ourselves. We have to be willing to let companies know, our location history, biometrics, our voice print or fingerprint, maybe even a DNA sample. And that's the tension. In order to protect our information, protect our privacy, we have to be willing to give up more information about ourselves.
From the National Press Club, where news happens, this is Rewind. I'm Candace Smith.